Hello everyone, this is Cynthia of Cynthia Plans, and in today's video I'll be sharing my 2021 planner stack. I know my video is coming out a little bit later than some other people's, but I was really mindful and thoughtful in the month of December, really trying to be intentional about what was working for me in 2020, what I was missing that I might need to purchase, and what I wanted to leave behind in 2020 when considering what to have in my planner stack for 2021. So there are quite a couple of planners in my stack, but I do want to upfront disclaimer say that I'm not using all 5 of these planners at the same time, but there definitely are a couple, and I'm hopeful that based on my experiences and what I'll be sharing with you about why I chose to have these planners in my 2021 planner stack, it will help you maybe figure out if you're missing something, a product that you might use or a system that you might adopt to help you fill that need and fill that gap for yourself. Or if you're struggling with time management and organization in general, maybe you're new to planners and maybe you're just new to time management and organization in general, my suggestions and my feedback on these different systems and tools that I'm using can kind of help guide you into finding the product or system that is exactly right for you. So with that, I hope you'll stick around because I have some really great products to share with you all and some really great ideas on how you can use them to manage your time effectively and stay organized. So the first planner in my planner setup is my everyday carry, even though I'm not technically carrying it right now because I'm working from home, and it's my A5 ring system, and I'm currently using an agenda from Cloth and Paper. This is a saddle cover, but I do also have one from NOTIQ that I love. It's a black quilted cover, but I do like to switch them out seasonally as I see fit. And this planner system I've really been honing for probably, I think I started using it toward the end of June or beginning of July, and so it's been almost 6 months that I've been using it, which is kind of wild to think that I've been using it for that many months because it's just gone like that. But I really love this system, and I did make a lot of changes to it from when I first started it back in, like I said, end of June, beginning of July around ish time, all the way till now. And you can probably see the progression of it as you see my posts on Instagram or as you watch my videos. And as I announced in my most recent plan with me, I've even changed my weekly system most recently. It's definitely been exactly what I need at this time. This system, because it's got the rings, and with rings you can take stuff out, you can add things in as you need, you can put decor wherever it is that you choose, because it's just so flexible. I've really been able to make this planner system work for me based on all of the ups and downs and seasons of change that we've gone through in the last couple of months, because while generally the circumstances that we're all living through right now have stayed pretty much the same, and unfortunately are even a little bit worse than they were a couple months back, there have been some different changes in life. So because there's been a lot of change, the ring system, the flexibility of it has been highly helpful to me, and I would recommend it to anybody. Of course, if you're someone who prefers discs also offer you that flexibility. I do have a video on this. Again, this is my A5 system. I've got a couple of flip throughs that I've done over the last couple months as I've made changes seasonally, but my most recent one went up I think last week, and so you can go ahead, check that out if you want to know a little bit more in depth about how I'm using this system to keep me accountable with my wellness goals for this year, my finance goals for this year, and then kind of keeping the outer parts of my life that maybe don't affect literally every single day of my life. All of that is in here, so that way it's just a one-stop shop for everything that I might need as far as my personal life goes. Next on my list is my work professional system, and this is my work planner setup. I have a full-length, very in-depth video about this system as well if you haven't seen it already and you want to know a little bit more deeply how it is that I set it up and what systems I have in here. But this agenda is from NOTIQ, and this is a half-letter disc system. You may ask, you were just raving about rings, why did you decide to go with discs for work? And I really just decided to go to discs for work because I just wanted to try something new. Discs are super popular in the planner community right now. They've always been super popular, but there's definitely been a much more noticeable trend over the last couple months in the planner community of people switching over to discs and trying disc systems, and the half-letter disc system looked really interesting to me, so I decided to go ahead and give it a try, and so far I've been really happy with it. This planner actually makes me happy to open it up when I am using it during the work week, and maybe work doesn't necessarily make me happy all the time, but at least my planner does, and it is keeping me on track with projects. I've already had 2 projects recently that I've been using my project tracking insert for, and I've been on track with the projects, actually getting stuff done in advance because I have such built-in strong accountability with the inserts and systems that I've decided to create for this planning system. So if you are looking for something to keep your work life organized and you don't necessarily want to combine it with your personal life, I would definitely recommend that you check out my work planning system setup video. It's definitely a robust system if you're looking for something a little bit more simple. I do have another work planning system video, and that is using the Hobonichi. Before I decided to develop this system for myself, I was using a Hobonichi and it was great. If I didn't have quite as much of the responsibility as I currently do, I probably would have kept sticking with the Hobonichi system. But as it were, projects are coming back up on my plate, and now that we've kind of figured out a new normal at work with working from home and our new timelines and everything like that in the age of coronavirus, I needed something that was a little bit more robust, and so I decided to develop this agenda system here. But the Hobonichi is great for weekly and daily accountability if you use it kind of in a bullet journal fashion, as I show in the video, so I'll make sure that is linked here in case you want to watch that as well. Number 3 on my list looks so different from the other 2 planners that I just showed. This is my Plum paper notebook, and so this particular notebook is not really a planner, and I don't use it to plan anything. Actually, I use it more for documenting, journaling, reflection, everything like that. This is my memory planning, memory keeping, however it is, scrapbooking, however, whatever term you identify with. I think in the planner community, so many of us are just used to using planning as our verb, whether we're actually in the middle of planning something or just being planner related. So this is kind of my memory planner. So I just got a dot grid notebook from Plum paper, and the quality of this paper is so great. It's really excellent. So I just got a very simple dot grid notebook from Plum paper, and every single month I kind of use it as my space to document whatever big things happened in life at that point, or whatever memories I wanted to make sure that I captured and I reflected on. So at the end of every month, one of my processes is that I go ahead and print out some pictures, whatever pictures I happen to take on my phone during the course of the month, whatever ones speak to me or the ones that feel most meaningful, I'll go ahead and print those out, write a little bit of a narrative with all the different pictures that I print out, use some stickers. I usually use the Happy Planner stickers and some washi from my collection here, and decorate, and I make that kind of a creative outlet for me at the end of every month, as well as a time to reflect and be grateful and thankful for the things that we got to do either as a family or things that I got to do as far as spending time with my family, since that's not an option that is as available to us as it used to be before. So I really love this system. I like that I have so many pages. In my previous system, when I was doing memory keeping or memory planning, I only had basically 1 page to be able to do it, whereas with this system, I've been able to have spreads that are, 2 pages, 4 pages, 6 pages, whatever it might be for the course of the month. Having the option to be able to have this as an open-ended tool to memory keep and document has been really effective for me, and I am loving it. So the next item on my list are my Powersheets from Cultivate What Matters, and the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets have been such a great goal setting tool for me in the last, this is going to be my 2nd year of using their system. So last year, I will admit, I did struggle. I had been doing monthly check-ins and progress report videos about how my Powersheets were doing, and you'll notice I think the last time I did one of those was back in March, because of course the whole world kind of came crashing down in March and things just really were not super great, and as we know right now, they're not necessarily better either. Things are in fact getting worse to a degree. So because of that, I didn't really use my Powersheets as much as I had intended to, but I did learn some stuff along the way as far as how maybe I could do better at staying accountable with my Powersheets and tracking. And so one of the things that, if you go back and are interested in watching that A5 rings video, you'll notice I actually set up a goal tracking section in my A5 rings, because while I love the Powersheets booklet to be able to do all the prep work, ask questions about my why it is that these goals mean something to me and why they're important, and really get into the nitty-gritty of why I want to accomplish these things or why I feel like these things are important to me, or what makes these things important to me. All of that aside, it was a little bit hard for me to stay accountable with the goals that I set for myself and the different action items I had to do either every day, weekly, monthly, whatever it made sense based on the goals that I set for myself, because the system was outside of my daily, weekly planning system. And so because this planner wasn't in my face, it wasn't always front of mind for me, and it became really easy to overlook things, to get lazy with things, because of course we can all be a little bit lazy when we are doing things that are pushing us out of our comfort zone, or things that we don't necessarily want to do, or things that aren't easy. We can kind of retreat into ourselves and make excuses for maybe why we're not going to do that, or put it off and defer things that matter to us longer than they need or should be deferred. So because of that, I decided to order the Powersheets, do the prep work, answer all the questions, really dig into the why of what I wanted to accomplish in this next year, because 2020 was a lot of year of reflection for me and a lot of self-discovery. So really thinking of like the magnitude of all the things that I learned and unlearned to a certain degree in 2020, what things could I actually think about accomplishing in 2021, because as much as I learned and unlearned in 2020, there's no way I'm going to be able to accomplish and act on every single thing that I decided I wanted to change or do differently going forward from 2021 onward. So having that in mind, I went ahead, created some custom goal tracking inserts for myself, actually based on the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets. So I'll be using those custom inserts as my tending list outside of the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets. I'll always have this, so at the end of every quarter I can go back, look at seeing about doing a goal refresh or anything like that, or a prep work refresh, and I will have this tool with me throughout the course of the year to really be using as a journaling, reflection, all that sort of stuff sort of tool. But as far as the actual tending to my goals and writing them down, I'm using my A5 system for that, and that's what's going to be working for me, I think, going forward. The last planner in my planner stack is the content planner, and this planner is literally what it is. It's a content planner. So if you're not familiar with the content planner by Kat Gaskin, I highly recommend that you go to her website or check out her Instagram and look her up. She is a content creator, business owner, entrepreneur, just all around really fascinating, hardworking, really inspiring person. And this content planner that she developed, I purchased last year in the summer, probably around July-ish, and I've been using it since then, and I really like this. This is a very different tool for me because I actually do social media for a living. That's my full-time job, but I don't use a hardbound, tactile thing like a planner for the work that we do at my job. We do everything remotely over shared calendars and on cloud-based documents and everything like that. And so to be able to, for my own content planning this YouTube channel here, my Instagram, my blog, and everything like that, have a tool that allows me to get really creative and write things out on its own, I have found to be really refreshing, because while I love and I think what we do at work works for us, the volume and magnitude of what we do just could never be fully captured, I think, by something like this. Having the community that I do, which is much smaller, much more manageable for a single person, being able to have a space where I can be creative in this planner here and decide when things are going to go up, when I'm going to work on them, what different platforms I'm going to be intending to spend time on in the coming month, everything like that. It's been really useful, and it's definitely helped me get a little bit more accountable and organized, because I have a lot of ideas sometimes, but I don't necessarily feel like I always have the time to execute them. As someone who works full time, I'm married, I have a 6-year-old, he's got homework and stuff like that. There's just a lot of things that are on my plate, so sometimes I don't have as much time to dedicate to my blog or my social media channels and my little community here as much as I would like. And being able to have the content planner to be thinking more intentionally about my time going forward so I can manage it better and be more effective at getting the things that I want to get done has been really helpful to me. And I would definitely encourage you, if you are someone who is looking to maybe level up your content planning, to consider purchasing the content planner. Or if you're already a content creator and you kind of feel like a little bit scatterbrained and maybe you want to get a little bit more organized, or you want to get a little bit more accountable with maybe some growth goals or monetization goals that you have with your channels, something like the content planner may be really useful to you as far as keeping track of your statistics, keeping track of the money that comes in, and using it as a tool to brainstorm content and campaigns that you could possibly run in the future. So definitely love this product, and I'm actually about to receive my 2021 version in, which is even a different color. I think I got the coffee color. This was the color that was left, this yellow color here, which if you know me, yellow is not necessarily what I would choose. I'm definitely more on the neutral side and the darker colors, hence my black shirt for this video here. And so I'm really excited to get my more neutral planner, but so far this product has been great to me and I would definitely recommend it to any content creator or even a business owner. If you have a business and social media is an important part of how you reach customers or how you plan to reach customers, the content planner could be a useful tool as far as getting your act together with using social media more strategically for your business. So those are my planners for 2021, and as you can tell probably by my enthusiasm and talking during this video, I'm really excited about the choices that I made, and so many of these tools are tools that I already started using in 2020 and I have loved, so I'm so excited to carry them forward with me in 2021 and use them more intentionally and thoughtfully. As I mentioned, I already have a video flipping through my current A5 rings setup. I have a video for my half letter work setup, and I do have a video showing how I memory plan, memory keep in the Plum paper notebook. Right now I am missing videos on my Powersheets, although you can go back to last year's videos and check those out if you would like. And I am currently still missing a video on the content planner, but those are in the works if you would like to subscribe and learn a little bit more about those products from my perspective and my lens. I would definitely encourage you to subscribe, because in the coming weeks videos will be coming out going a little bit more in depth about those particular products as well. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. To everybody who's been here for a while, all of my long-term viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for coming back again. I can't wait to see what we get done in 2021, and I'm wishing you all the best.